Imam Shafi, born in 767 CE, 150 H in Gaza, Palestine, was destined to become one of Islam's greatest legal scholars. His full name was Abu Abdullah Muhammad ibn Idris al-Shafi'i. He belonged to the noble Quraysh tribe, the same tribe as the Prophet Muhammad, but his early life was marked by hardship. His father died while he was still an infant, leaving him and his mother in poverty. Despite these difficulties, Imam Shafi's mother was determined to give him the best education she could. When he was still a young boy, she took him to Makkah, their ancestral home. There, he quickly gained a reputation for his intelligence and memory. By the age of 7, he had memorized the entire Quran. By the time he was 13, he had memorized Imam Malik's famous book of Hadith, the Muwatta. Because his family could not afford writing materials, he would use pieces of leather or discarded bones. To master the Arabic language, Imam Shafi spent time living with the Bedouins in the desert. Learning their eloquence and poetry helped him interpret the Quran and Hadith with great precision. At 16, Imam Shafi traveled to Medina to study under Imam Malik ibn Anas. One of the leading scholars of the time, Imam Malik recognized the talent in the young Shafi. He took him as a close student, and Imam Shafi spent nearly 10 years with Imam Malik, absorbing his teachings and methodology. Imam Shafi developed a deep understanding of Islamic law. After Imam Malik's death, Imam Shafi traveled to Iraq to study under Imam Muhammad ibn al-Hasan al-Shaybani. This gave Imam Shafi a unique opportunity to learn from both the Medinan and Iraqi schools of law. The former relied heavily on traditions and hadith, and the latter on reasoning and analogy. Imam Shafi's genius was in combining the strengths of both schools. He developed a systematic approach to Islamic law, emphasizing the Quran as the primary source, the Sunnah, Prophet's traditions, as the second source, and consensus, ijma, of the Muslim community. Analogical reasoning, qiyas, when direct evidence was lacking, was also a key principle. His most influential work, Al-Risala, laid out the principles of Islamic legal theory. It became a foundational text for scholars everywhere, shaping Islamic jurisprudence. Imam Shafi was known for his humility, generosity, and deep piety. He often gave away his possessions to the poor and was famous for his honesty. His devotion to truth was evident in all aspects of his life and teachings. Imam Shafi's life was not without trials. He faced many challenges throughout his journey. At one point, he was falsely accused of political disloyalty and imprisoned. He was eventually released thanks to the respect he commanded among scholars and the community. He continued to travel, teach, and write, eventually settling in Egypt. There, he revised some of his earlier legal opinions and attracted many students, including Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal, who would later found another major school of Islamic law. Imam Shafi passed away in 820 CE, 204 AH, in Cairo, at the age of 53 or 54. His school of thought, the Shafi'i madhab, became one of the 4 main Sunni schools. It is still followed by millions of Muslims in East Africa, Southeast Asia, and parts of the Middle East. Imam Shafi's legacy is that of a scholar who brought balance and clarity to Islamic law. His devotion to knowledge, humility, and intellectual rigor continue to inspire Muslims worldwide. Centuries after his passing, his teachings remain relevant and influential. If you enjoy this video, kindly like and subscribe.